In 2018, William Hinman was Director of Corporation Finance at the SEC. He gave a speech explaining why the token Ether is not a security.
Putting aside the fundraising that accompanied the creation of Ether, based on my understanding of the present state of Ether, the Ethereum network, its decentralized structure, we believe current offers and sales of Ether are not securities transactions.
Hinman's speech moved the markets, seen widely as guidance from a high-ranking SEC official on what makes a token a security or not. Then, in December 2020, the SEC sued Ripple, claiming that XRP is a security, with arguments that contradicted Hinman's speech. Hundreds of thousands of XRP holders who never heard of the company lost $15 billion in value and had their holdings locked on exchanges. They demanded to know, why did an SEC official give that speech only to then sue Ripple and harm the people they are supposed to protect? For 2 years, the SEC has been hiding dozens of internal emails on the drafting of the Hinman speech that could answer those questions. What is in those emails? We know that while he was at the SEC, Hinman collected $15 million from his old law firm, Simpson Thacher. That firm was a member of the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, whose sole purpose was to promote Ether. We know that market participants repeatedly asked for guidance about whether XRP was a security and got no answer. What is in those emails? Why did Hinman give that speech? Was he warned about moving the markets? What is in those emails? Was the speech approved by the ethics office? What role did third-party promoters of Ether have in drafting it? Did SEC staff say what Gary Gensler refuses to admit, that the rules on crypto are not clear? What is in those emails? After 2 years of fighting, Judge Torres has forced the SEC to unseal the Hinman emails. What has the SEC been hiding? What is in those emails? We'll finally find out on June 13th.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. As you heard it here, first June 13th is that special day. We uncover the truth. The fact of the matter is, the XRP community continues to be proven right all along with everything we uncover. But right here, right now is where we make a stand. I remember very clearly, like all of you do, when Charles Hoskinson called us all conspiracy theorists.
You see it across the whole industry, from Speedy Banks being rejected accounts to basically everything becoming a security now, I guess.
But Charles, but it's a conspiracy. I think my favorite part about these emails that are going to come out is that it will no longer be a conspiracy, but solid, grounded facts that XRP and the XRP community were specifically targeted due to the conflicts of interest involving Bill Hinman and Ethereum. Oh, where is the Ethereum being called a security in these lawsuits right now? It's so interesting to me. But right now, what's also so interesting to me is how fucking hypocritical Coinbase is. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong stated, "We will not delist tokens deemed securities by the SEC, and we have no plans to phase out staking services." Remember when Coinbase delisted XRP after the SEC went after Ripple for allegedly being called a security? My question to all of you is, why the hell do we get this type of treatment? It's because the industry hates us. We owe the crypto industry no favors. I remember all of it. Remember when CoinMarketCap shitted on XRP as well. All I want to see is XRP be relisted on Coinbase. Because if I'm being honest, that delisting was unbelievably presumptuous. And if they're not going to do it with these tokens, then they shouldn't have done it with XRP in the first place. I expect an announcement imminently. And I expect all of you to pay attention to those emails on the 13th. Ladies and gentlemen, what's so interesting as well is how Ethereum did not get sued by the SEC. But guess who did? All of Ether's main competitors. Cardano's down 23% on the week. Polygon is down 20%. Solana down 19%. Other tokens that aren't necessarily ETH competitors but that did get sued are down 19, 18, 18, 17, and 16% respectively. This is the effects of the SEC lawsuit. And something all of you should be aware of is, do not ever underestimate the weight of what an SEC lawsuit can do to token prices. I do not believe these cryptos will perform very well in the next cycle if they're still being sued under this Coinbase lawsuit. The threat of being called a security in the SEC has damaged Ripple's price appreciation, and I will never underestimate the SEC's lawsuit impact again. But something I want to stress is, there is one specific crypto that I am absolutely FOMOing into right now, whose chart is so perfect, it brought me chills. And they just recently had a bombshell announcement that makes me believe they are absolutely positively going to explode, more so than the majority of cryptos in existence. If you guys want to know which crypto that is, that's available on my OnlyFans down in the description below. And it's important you get your entries now, because that baby is gonna fly. Now, on the heels of this most recent lawsuit, Robinhood has delisted ADA, Solana, and Matic. And Charles Hoskinson from Cardano stated it's not surprising that when there's a lack of clarity, contradictory guidance, and a culture of fear instead of collaboration with regulators, that some entities will choose to simply start leaving markets entirely. Charles, you should have stood with the XRP army when you had the chance. Instead, you complained at the fact that there were rumors that Ripple is settled with the SEC, and then it's not really ideal for crypto. But then you want to boycott XRP army events or conversations. Charles Hoskinson was one of my favorite people in crypto. But now I see that this is the true character. Something to keep in your minds. And I just want to see the shock on his face when he understands that it was not a conspiracy. Those Bill Hinman emails are coming out in 3 days. And they're going to reveal everything we've always known from the beginning. In addition, guys, something massive that's happening at the exact same time is Donald Trump facing more indictments. Currently 37. And the reason I'm bringing this up, a political event when it comes to a crypto video, is because we are in election season. We are in a place right now where politics is going to begin distracting all of you from the money. Follow the money. Don't follow political distractions. People get very emotional around politics. But what I'll stress is, when there's some big news in the mainstream, it's typically to keep you away from the most important things that the big boys are actually acting on. Never forget it. We're here to make money, not win political arguments. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
Why do I hold XRP? Because Ripple's the chosen one to lead the new global digital payment system, and they use XRP. In 2013, the Federal Reserve began looking for faster payments options. 2 years later, an action plan was born and a federal payments task force was created. It included one company focused on crypto, Ripple. In 2014, the World Bank and Better Than Cash Alliance, which includes the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Clinton Global Initiative, and the governments of 32 countries, put out a report called The Opportunities of Digitizing Payments. 1 year later, the Better Than Cash Alliance featured one crypto company on their website, Ripple. Today, Better Than Cash Alliance and all other UN initiatives are focused on a single agenda, the Sustainable Development Goals for 2030. You can see the SDGs logo on Bill Gates' lapel, world-leading companies, the Better Than Cash Alliance website, and on the UN's official exchange, Exchange. What crypto is Exchange officially utilizing for their carbon credit solution? XRP. The world will move to a new international standard for exchanging electronic messages between financial institutions by 2025 called ISO 20022. Who was the first ISO 20022 member focused on distributed ledger technology? Ripple. Who's partnered with over 300 financial institutions, including Bank of America, American Express, PNC, Santander, SBI, HSBC, Standard Chartered Bank, Bank of England, India, Singapore, Scotland, Australia, and Indonesia, the largest banks in Japan, Canada, Egypt, the Middle East, United Arab Emirates, Thailand, Morocco, Bhutan, South Korea, Brazil, and Latin America? Ripple. Who is a former employee overseeing the Federal Reserve? Ripple. A former employee overseeing the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock's digital asset division? Ripple. Leading Australia's CBDC effort? Ripple. Who hired a former Treasury of the United States? Ripple. 2 former Federal Reserve attorneys to their board? Ripple. 2 former Clinton and Obama advisors? Former Minister of Defense and Economics of Germany? Former business director at Swift? Former Swift board member? Former CFO of PayPal? Former head of the DTCC? Former chief business officer at Uber? Former VP of Amazon and former SEC chair on their legal team? Ripple. Who's a member of the Digital Pound Foundation, Digital Dollar Project, Digital Euro Association, Mojaloop, IMF's High-Level Advisory Board on FinTech, Hyperledger Blockchain Consortium, Open Payments Coalition, Faster Payments Council, Global Payments Steering Group, Cross-Border Working Group, International Association for Trusted Blockchain Applications, Crypto Climate Accord, University Blockchain Initiative, World Wide Web Consortium, and a featured partner of the World Economic Forum with 3 members of their team directly listed on the WF website? Ripple. Now, does Ripple and XRP sound like they're going to disappear, or do they sound like they're part of a much bigger plan? You decide.